My video for January the 9th, 2019 is video number 2960. The title is Patriots and Freedom Advocates Watching Gitmo. There is no doubt in my mind that many, if not most, so-called leaders are among the most notorious yet secretive people on the planet. Their crimes are so horrific that most have trouble believing that anyone could be that sadistic. Yet those of us who pay attention as best we can recognize that those who commit such atrocities as child rape and murder are the same folk that sit in places of power and prestige. If what I'm saying is the reality, how have they been able to keep it a secret for so long? A one-word answer: ignorance. The so-called elite own the vehicles of mass communication, including the media, the education system, and the courts. Their downfall may well prove to be their propensity to spy on everyone. They want to know what folks are thinking, and so we have the internet and the cell phone. While I'm not much of a proponent of cell phones, except for emergency use, I spend hours every day searching things online. Like it or not, many of us are discovering things never reported in the mainstream. We are the patriots and peaceful freedom fighters who refuse to ignore the revelations of what goes on behind the curtains. And we are watching what happens in Gitmo with the military tribunals. May the dark truths be revealed so that humanity can begin its healing process. Now, someone commented that the U.S. military will not comply with orders to conduct illegal military trials. This person obviously doesn't understand the difference between the word legal and lawful. Legal is the fake system, okay? That's the system that's been imposed as our legal system. Lawful is based on the Bill of Rights. It's based on natural law. That natural law, what you do to others will come back and you will pay the recompense. You'll pay the price for doing what you do to others. It comes back to you. In other words, there's a just recompense. Now, I'd like to see natural law be the supreme law, but the law of the land, the fake law of the land, is the legal system. That was taken away from us almost from the birth of the United States of America. By the end of the 19th century, it had pretty much taken over and began the corporatization process that was further advanced with the enactment of the fake Federal Reserve, which is neither federal nor reserve. It's a band of criminals. It's a mafioso. It's a cabal. You know, there's many names for it, but it is a criminal operation. And I would like to see Donald Trump or anyone that actually brings these criminals to trial, because and by the way, military treason is what many of them have to be charged with, because they have committed treason against the people of the United States, not the government. The government is the people. The government is mind control, actually, but the authority comes from the people. The people are the ones that put these people in power, but it's been done through them lying to us and putting on one face, but actually living completely different behind the scenes. I mean, there have been a number of whistleblowers that have come out and told of the things that they had to witness as children, how they were mind controlled as children in some of these elite families. They have actually blown the whistle, if you will, on some of the horrific practices of the elite establishment. These are the things that have to come out if we're ever going to have peace on earth, if we're ever going to have real freedom. Not freedom that they give us, but freedom that is ours by natural right. And it's not freedom to do anything we want that hurts people and takes from others and violates natural rights. What is another person's life and property belongs to that individual. It doesn't belong to the state, but the state has instituted a system where everything belongs to the state and nothing belongs to the people. That's how they ended up stealing my house. It wasn't my house. They wouldn't let me pay taxes on it because the bankers instituted, through the courts, they instituted a system where I was not allowed to live free. And they forced me out of my own home. This is a scar that I will never get over till it's healed. What's that going to take? I hope that what happens in Gitmo becomes public knowledge. I'd like to see some of these high-ranking, especially the high-ranking people that have played such dark roles for so long. I'd like to see that all exposed, including some of the Hollywood moguls and the people in the music industry. And all over, there are people that have committed horrific crimes. They do not live by what we think of as normal propensities. I mean, they, again, abuse children. And they enslave children from youth. I mean, I've read the testimony or heard the testimony of some of these people that have revealed over the years how they were badly mistreated and shown other kids being murdered, and whether it was a fake or not, it was very real to the young child who witnessed what they thought was the killing of another child. And they were told, you must keep it quiet. You must never tell anyone these things. But some people, as they went through some years and decades, came to the realization that they could no longer keep it bottled up inside. They had to tell the truth. And the truth will piss us off, but it will also provide the impetus to set us free. And that's why I'm hoping that Donald Trump is able to produce what Gitmo is supposed to be all about, to bring these 70-some thousand people to a place of real justice. The thing that I don't trust about Donald Trump is his alliance with Israel. And yet he would not be president if he was not somewhat allied with the money powers of the elite establishment, which includes the nation of Israel. You know, it's a catch-22. I mean, I'd like to believe that he's doing the right thing, but there are still things about Donald Trump that I scratch my head and I wonder. But if these trials go forth at Gitmo, and if the media, which supposedly has been invited to come in and actually film some of them, if these things actually take place and it becomes public knowledge, I will think that Trump will go down as one of the greatest presidents in the history of the U.S. Because even though Eisenhower tried to warn us of the military-industrial complex, and Kennedy was shot because he tried to put out greenbacks that were not Federal Reserve notes, and so they killed him. We've got to get beyond this power grid of dark influences, and I'm rooting for truth to come out at Gitmo, and the military has every right to try people for treason, and that's what these people have committed against you and me and against the entire human population of the world. We've got to stop the lies, and the only way we can do that is by stepping into the unpleasant truth that our leaders have been charlatans. Our leaders have been very, very dark individuals, and they're the ones that need to be brought to justice. They're the ones that need to be incarcerated or eliminated. Thank you for listening, and namaste.